Hello students, welcome back. Next, the third design issue of the data link layer is the error detection and correction technique. So far we have discussed about what is an error detection and error correction. Now let us see the different types of error detection and error correction technique. So the first type is parity checker or vertical redundancy check. This is a one type of error detecting and correcting technique. By using the parity checker, first you detect the error, after that we correct the errors. And the second way is Hamming code. With the help of this Hamming code, we can detect the error and correct the error. And third one is checksum, and fourth cyclic redundancy check. So these are four different types of error detecting and correcting technique that is involving in data link layer. Now let us discuss about parity checker or vertical redundancy check. So what are the parity checker? Parity means whenever heard this name, so we remember that parity is even parity and odd parity. Even number ones are there, even parity. Odd number ones are there, odd parity. So in the parity checker, the most significant bit of an 8-bit word is used as parity bit, and remaining 7 bits are used as data or message bits. So total we are having 8 bit. In those 8 bit, the most significant bit that is last 8th bit, we take it as MSB. That indicates the parity bits, and remaining all 7 bits are related to data. So that parity may be even or odd. Even means if the numbers of ones in the given word include the parity bits, so it should be like 2, 4, 6, that is even number. Even numbers of ones, 2 ones, 4 ones, 6 ones, like that. If it is there, we call it as even parity. Then if the 3, 5, 7 ones like that, that is odd parity. Let me show you the structure of parity checker. The most significant bit indicates the parity bit. So remaining bits are D6, D5, D4, D3, D2, D1 and D0. Okay, these all total 7. This total 7 bits indicate the data or message bits, and MSB indicate the parity bit. So let me take one example to explain about the parity checker. Suppose transmitting code is, let us take 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 1. This is a message data. The MSB, it is MSB. The MSB bit indicates the parity bit. So here it is showing P means even numbers of ones indicate the 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, total 4 ones are there. So 4 is a even number. So it is a even number. If even is there, P is equal to 0. If P is equal to 1, that indicates odd. So this is data transmitting, then it is receiving side that will take receiving code with one error. So how we find it is an error? So this is a message. So parity is 0 and data is 0 0 0 1 0 1 1. So here error here. So there is an error here. Why get the error? Because here we are having odd number. We are having odd numbers of 1, 1, 2, 3. 3 ones are there. So that is an odd number. But first 0 indicates parity 0. 0 means even number should be there in the data bit. But here we observe only 3 ones are there. Here 3 ones are there. So 3 ones indicates P should be 1. But here P is equal to 0. So data bit contains some error. That error is present in second bit. So error is present in second bit. So this is an error. So this is how we check the transmitting data and receiving data by using the parity checker. Just simple thing is, we have to take we have to take the MSB as a parity checker. If all even numbers of ones are there, it should be 0. If odd numbers of ones are there in the data bit, then it should be 1. So with the help of that, we can identify the data which we received from the receiving side is even or odd. And some drawbacks are there in the parity checker. What are those drawbacks? That is, it does not detect all types of error and it is not suitable for multiple bit error. So it is not suitable for multiple bit error. This is the first error and correction technique. So next, first error detection and correction technique we discussed. Now let us see the second error detection and correction technique, that is Hamming code. So with the help of this Hamming code structure, we can detect the error. At the same time, we can correct the error also. Whatever the sender sends the message, if the receiver did not receive the exact message, means there is something error will be there. So that error can be found by using the Hamming code and we can correct that error also. So this Hamming code, it can be applied to data unit of any length and it is used to detect and correct single bit error. Now let us see Hamming code structure, how it look like. So one thing is, we have to remember that if you are going to write the Hamming code structure, all bit position that are power of 2 are marked as parity bits. That is 2 power 1, 2, 4, 8, like that. Other bits are for data to be encoded. The Hamming code structure can be write by using these points. So let us take D7, D6, D5, P4, D3, P2 and P1. So if we take this 7-bit Hamming code structure, will look like this. So P1 is parity bit, P2 is occupying the parity bits and D3 is the data bit that is occupied. So P4 is the parity bit, D5, D6, D7 are other data bits. So let us determine the value of parity bits. How we are going to detect the value? So determine the value of parity bits. So we already know the data bit. Data bit means whatever the sender is sending, the receiver will receive the data bit user as given. So we know that value, but we don't know the parity bit value. So that we have to be calculate. The rule is, the value of parity bit is determined by the sequence of bit, that is alternatively check and skip. So let me write the rule first. If you want to calculate the value of parity bit, you have to follow the rows. That is, the value of parity bit is determined by the sequence of bit, that is alternatively check and skip. So what is check and skip? So understand the value of parity bit is determined by sequence of bits that are alternatively check and skip. So let us see this. Let us take a simple example. The sender was to send a message. The receiver is going to receive the message. So sender is sending 4 bit of data, that is 1101. So by using this Hamming code structure, we are implementing, we are writing 7-bit structure, D7, D6, D5, P4, D3, P2 and P1. So we know the data bits. The data bits are 1101. So 1101 are the data bit. So these data bits position only occupy the bit. What is P4, P2 and P1? We don't know. So let us calculate the value of parity bit. So let us take first P1. First we calculate the P1. So I am saying that value of parity bit determined by the sequence of bit, that is alternatively check and skip. So what we have to do? We have to check one bit and skip one bit. Again check one bit and skip one bit, like that. We have to be continue. So check one bit means, one is checked. Skip one bit means 2 was skipped. Write 3 was checked and 4 was skipped. So check 5 and 6 was skipped. 7 check. So like that. So for P1 may be 1, 3, 5, 7. So like that. And we have to calculate P2. The formula for P2 is, rule is, check 2 bit, skip 2 bit. Because this is P2, again check 2 bit and skip 2 bit. So like that. We have to be right. So check 2 bit means start with 2. This is P2. Check 2 bit means start with 2 bit, 2 and 3. 2, 3 I have checked. Then 2 bit skip, that is 4 and 5. 4 and 5 have to skip. Again check 2 bit means I have write 6 and 7. So 2 bits I have checked. After that again I have skipped 2 bits. After 7, 8 and 9 I have to skip. So look here, 8 and 9 I have to skip. Again I have to write 10 and 10, 11. So this is the method to calculate the value of P2. So here, so this is check 2 and 3. In between this I skipped 2 bit, that is 4 and 5 I skipped. Again check 2 bit, that is 6 and 7 I have checked, and skip 2 bit, that is 8, 9 I skipped. So 10, 11 checked. Next 12, 13 skipped. 14, 15 checks, like that. So this is for calculating the P2. Now let us write P4. So P4, how to calculate the P4? So P4, check 4 bit and skip 4 bit, because this is P4. So you have to check 4 bit and skip 4 bit. Again check 4 bit and skip 4 bit. Like that to be continue. Start with the 4. This is P4 and start with the P4. 4, 5, 6, 7 bits are checked. So I have skip 4 bits means 8, 9, 10, 11. Those bits I have to skip. Again I have to check. So start with 12, 13, 14, 15. 4 bits are checked. So now 4 bits are skipped. That is 16, 17, 18, 19 bits are skipped. So again check 4 bit, that is 20, 21, 22 and 23, like that. So this is how to rule for determine the parity bits. So then what will be the parity? So that is P1, D3, D5, D6. Means P1 rules says skip 1 and check 1. So P1 and skip P2 and D3 skip P4 and D5 here and skip D and this is a D6. So first we have to write P1, D3, D5, D7. Okay, next P2 is D3, D6, D7. So I am writing up to 7 because I am taking only 7 bit Hamming structure. Now P4, what will be the value in P4? P4 D6, D5, D6, D7. Okay, we don't know the P1 value, so we have to calculate that. But we know D3, D5 and D7 value. So here D3, D5 and D7 value. What are the D6 and D7 value? D3 value is 1. So D5 value is 0. D3 okay, D7 value is 1. Just write that. So 101 we will get even number. So P1 is 0. So here two ones are present. 2 is a even number. So P1 is equal to 0. So calculate P2. What is the value of D3, D6 and D3, D6 and D7? So P2 is 111. So now P2 is become odd number. So odd 3 ones are present here. So P2 becomes 1. Now calculate P4. D5, D6, D7. What is the value of D6, D5, D6, D7? 0, 0, 1. So now the value of P4 is even number of 1. So P4 is equal to 0. So we calculate the P1, P2 and P4 value. This is how we determine the value. Now the complete structure is sender will be send the message to the receiver like this. So this is P1, P2, D3, P4, D5, D6, D7. So after Hamming code data is transmitted, this is encoding the receiver and to get the data bit. So sender is sending the message with the help of this Hamming code and parity bit. So then a receiver will receive the data by decoding the whatever the transmitted message at the receiving side. So we have to decide how we are going to detect the error. So I send this message to the sender. So whatever the sender sends the message by adding Hamming code technique is the receiver that exact same message or not. So you have to detect by using the same Hamming code technique. So next, so first let me explain detecting errors. So in the Hamming code structure, so let us continue. Consider a 7-bit Hamming code structure, that is D7, D6, D5, P4, D3, P2, P1. So let me take at the receiver end that bit of 1, 3, 5, 7. This is the P1 bit. And next 2, 3, 6, 7. This is P2 bit. And 4, 5, 6, 7 are checked for even parity. Let us take this. This is a P1 value. This is a P1 bit, P2 bit, and P4 bit. So if all 4 bits in the group mention the above the process, the even parity, that is receiver code, is correct. Whatever the receiver receive the even parity, what even data is send the character. It does not contain any error. When the even parity occur, so there is no error. It does not contain any error. So if parity is not even for any group of bits, that is error will be exist. That is how we going to detect. If P is equal to 0, P2 is equal to 0 and P4 is equal to 0, then no error. If only one of these is 1, then error is exists. So this is how you going to detect the errors. But if you receive some odd parity, now I am going to correct the errors. Let me see that correcting of errors. So whatever the message sending that is not matching with the parity, now I have to correct the errors. Now we have to find out the exactly. An error is located by framing a 3-bit out of 3 parity checker. So first we have to find out what exactly in which position the error was occur. After that we have to correct that error. So first, an error is located by framing a 3-bit, that is out of 3-bit parity, that is The error is located by framing 3-bit number out of 3 parity check, that is P4, P2 and P4, P1. Let us take that finding P1. So we need to check parity of P1, D3, D5 and D7. So P1 parity is finding out by using D3, D5, D7 bits. If it is odd, error exists. If it's the value of D3, D5 and D7, if you get the all ones or single ones, you get odd parity, that is P1 is equal to 1. Suppose if it is even, no error indicates P1 is equal to 0. Similarly, we have check all the parities like P1, P2 and P4. So after we have to find the error word, we find its decimal value. So next, suppose P1 is odd. Odd means something like P1 is odd bit are 1 1 1. This is D3, D5, D7. A word which consists of an error, and P1 is 1 indicating. The word one indication means which contains error. So we have to find the decimal value for that binary value. So first you have to find the decimal value. So after find the decimal value for this binary error word, the word obtained does the bit whatever the error exists exactly, and invert the incorrect bit obtain the correct one. Suppose let us take this is 7 in the 7th bit position, error was occurred. So just replace the data which is present in the 7th bit position. So that is the D6 value, that value has to be changed. We have to be invert it. So then we invert the incorrect bit to obtain the correct word. So this is how we going to correct the error. So I just explained this how we going to detect the errors and correct the errors using by Hamming code technique with an example. So thank you.